welcome. It is officially the end of September, entering October, so that means it is time for end of the month movie rankings. I have a little guest with me today, my cat Oreo. She'll pop in and out. So, welcome Oreo. Now, without further ado, let's get to the ranking. This month I ended up with 11 movies, four theater releases, one brand new release, and all the rest were just new watches for me. And with that being said, let's get into number 11. And at number 11, I have Jason Takes Manhattan, or a better name, Jason Takes a Boat to Manhattan, because majority of this movie takes place on a boat. The characters in this are pretty forgettable. They also try to do a really weird thing with like child Jason having some kind of connection with like the final girl of the movie, which I think I'm not a really big fan of this one. And there's one cool moment or kill I'll give credit to this movie. But overall, this is just like, out of all the maybe at this point 6 Friday the 13th movies I've seen, this is definitely the weakest. And I don't see any Friday the 13th movie of this franchise getting any worse than that. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was just a really bad movie. At number 10, I have The Front Room. Now, this movie was bad. I think there was good performances in this one, I do, but I feel like they use some like really disgusting stuff way too much in this movie. I really kind of got annoyed with the cliches thrown in this as well. It didn't really make any sense as well for the husband to like just randomly switch sides. Overall, I made a whole review on this, but I just did not like it. I think it was just objectively just a bad movie. And just above that, I have the original Terrifier. I knew this movie was disturbing, but oh my god. It was not as disturbing as I thought it was going to be, but I'm not a big fan of movies to be gore just for gore. I thought it was pretty low budget. I just really wasn't a big fan of this one. I am interested by Art the Clown, don't get me wrong, but objectively speaking, I just really wasn't a big fan of this one in general. It seemed like there was like a lack of story, like it was just kind of a clown going around and killing people and torturing them, which I guess if that's the story, that's the story. But to me, objectively speaking, I prefer story in my movies along with maybe some good characters. And I feel like this movie didn't really have any really big characters. But I do think that Art the Clown is an interesting character. And we're getting Terrifier 3 soon, which I'll be reviewing as well. And I'm kind of interested what they're gonna do, because just above that I have Terrifier 2. Now I liked the lead in this one. I thought this is a much better improvement than the first one. I really liked they had a nice story. I really liked that they used family in this. It didn't really answer any questions about Art the Clown, but it did kind of introduce a little maybe part of origin or where it came from, so that was kind of interesting maybe. And I just think this movie was it more gruesome than the original? Yes. Was it longer than the original? Yes. But I enjoyed this one more, especially when it comes to the fact this one had a story as well. And I feel like this one had more likable characters, and you actually got to know the characters just a little bit more. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. I don't know how they're going to carry it to the third one, but I'm interested to see how they're going to do it. Now, just above that, I have Never Let Go. I thought this was an interesting movie. To me, it's more or less mid, because I liked certain aspects of the movie that they did. I do feel like it went on for a little bit too long, but I did like the characters. I really like the acting in this one, and there are some kid actors that are really talented, like these two kids, like the two boys in this one are really talented. And of course, compliments to the main lead in this one. The mother was really talented. I know her name. Halle Berry was also really good in this one. Great performances. But there's just certain things this movie kind of lacked for me. But it was not a bad movie, just could have been a little bit better. But I do like the way they did it. And I also really like how they played with like expectations going in. Like you were so sure about something and then kind of played with it. Could be true, it couldn't be true. It wasn't, objectively speaking, it was not a bad movie. And just above that, I have the Speak No Evil remake. I am shocked that it is as high on this list, because going in, I really thought it was going to be a shot-for-shot remake of the original movie, but thankfully it was not. And I enjoyed certain aspects of the movie more than I did the original. I enjoyed the cast and characters in this one. I really enjoyed the ending as well in this one of who ended it, and then you feel like trauma. I feel like this ending definitely hit home a bit more for me than the original. And the original is not a bad movie objectively at all. It's just I prefer this one to the original for me personally. But both, I think, are pretty solid movies. But I am surprised how much I enjoyed it. And just above that, I have Apartment 7A. Again, I was surprised by how much I liked this. I didn't know what to expect from a Rosemary's prequel. And everyone could say that when they heard they're doing a prequel to the Rosemary's Baby. I'm like, how do you even do that? But I did enjoy the characters in this. I thought the performance of Minnie was really well. I actually really like the character of Terry in this, and I like the use of art and theater in this. I'm also a huge fan of Suspiria, of the original, of course. I think the remake is okay, but I'm not big. But I think it's too long. I really like this. However, it's more or less in the middle because it relies so much of the original, and if you've already seen the original, you already know what's going on, and you already know the fate of Terry going into the movie if you've seen the original, and I feel like that kind of dies it down a little bit. You also really don't learn anything new about the building or anything whatsoever about the characters, so I feel like that was just kind of a more or less letdown as well. And I feel like if you're doing a prequel or sequel, maybe try to add a little bit something. Just don't do it here. It is a loose remake, but I'm surprised by how much I did enjoy it. But overall, it's more or less goes in the middle because I did enjoy it. But overall, I didn't really add anything or outshine the original, which I don't think you can even outshine the original Rosemary's Baby if you tried. And just above that, I have May. Now, May tells the story of a girl who just wants to belong but doesn't. And I really liked how unique this was and how this character of May was just trying to be friends and nice to everyone. And her intentions were good, but she didn't know how to go about it, and I really enjoyed that aspect. I also like the symbolism of the doll and how kind of she breaks kind of with the doll. So the more or less the cage of the doll breaks, she breaks with it. I enjoyed it. However, that more or less teeters on. It is almost not for me, but I appreciate kind of how unique this movie is and kind of how they portray May as a character. Just above that, I have Tourist Trap. Again, I know people adore and love this movie, but I enjoyed it, but I don't absolutely love it. And I thought I would because I'm a huge fan of House of Wax and the use of mannequins in this movie. And I do like the cast in this. I think they're pretty entertaining. I also kind of like the brother rivalry in this one as well. It does remind me of House of Wax in a way, which is maybe why I don't love it so much because I really like House of Wax 2005. But it's not a bad move by any choice. And Tourist Trap tells the story of a couple of kids driving through that land in this tourist town. And I do see what it says about tourism and people taking advantage, and I do appreciate that. But I'm just not I don't love this movie, but I definitely do think it's up there in a really good 70s forgotten kind of movie. So I really did enjoy it, and I would recommend Tourist Trap if anyone has not seen it. And just above that, I finally watched it, 28 Days Later. I really liked this movie. I liked the 28 Weeks Later, which is what I saw first, but I love this one a lot more. I really like the development of the characters and what it shows about human nature and what happened with society if people got their way, and what it would be like if there were no girls left in society. And I'm really excited for 28 Years Later. Anyone else excited for it? But I really enjoyed this one. But something I had to top in. And at number one, I have The Substance. I didn't know much about this going into it. I knew it was body horror. But I really liked Debbie Moore in this. I thought her performance was great. I also enjoyed the fact that they found an actress to play Sue who actually looked like Debbie Moore. I feel like that's not good enough does not get recognized enough. I really like the messages in the movie and what it tries to say. Overall, I just really love this movie and really would recommend anyone go watch it. I also like the use of body horror. And there's only like 2 small things I really don't like about it. But overall, like everyone says, it's an amazing movie. So that's my list. Let me know what you guys think. Did you see any of these movies? Let me know what your list down below. Into the month is, and I'll see you guys in another video.
Hello. So, I just got 10, about to upload, and I realized the numbers were wrong. So, it should go 1, 2, but it says 3, 1. Now, I don't have enough time to fix it, to get this up on time, because I have to go to work. But yeah, it should be 1, 2, not 3, 1. But because I got interrupted. Hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to hear more from me in the future. And comment down below if you saw any of these movies. And comment down below your ranking of movies you've seen this month. Alright, I'll see you guys soon in the brand new video.